Hello, I would like to start off by introducing myself. My name is Ebony Nekosi Sochukwu from Nigeria, and I would like to thank the author of the book Education is Freedom and Mr. Beast for giving us this wonderful opportunity. What does education is freedom mean to me? In 2009, I had just finished my primary school. That is what most people refer to as middle school. And I had gone for one of my siblings' graduation ceremony. And at that moment, there was this boy whose name I remember vividly, because why I remember this name is because of how much I heard it that day. Best in physics, they called his name. Best in mathematics, his name was called. Best in sciences, his name was called. That at that moment, the trajectory of my life, my focus was kind of changed in a way that I can't even begin to describe. Because at that moment, I know I was slightly above average in my middle school, but at that moment, that was what I wanted for myself. The confidence, the swagger, the happiness in the face of his parents and him on that day. Each time his name was mentioned, I haven't really seen something like that for a while. The happiness they exuded, the pride in his parents' face. I decided there and then that this is what I wanted for myself. This is what I needed. I craved that. After that moment, I think the next year I was enrolled in the same school and in the same high school, because that was a high school graduation ceremony. I enrolled in the same school, and I did my very best. I tried my very best to actually achieve something like that, and I did for a while. Yes, I did. In my high school, I tried to be the best. I was among the best. Maybe not the best, but I was among the best. And even though that happiness I saw in the face of his parents, I never really got to see that in my parents' face, because my father, whom I adore and appreciate so much, was a businessman at that time, and he was a very, very busy man. And I don't think my dad, I respect him a lot. My dad, I don't think all my life growing up I was ever sent out of school or lacked anything to eat at that point because of how busy he was. So I don't even fault him for a moment that he didn't attend any of my high school or even university graduation, because he made sure he provided. And God bless my mom too, because at a time in Nigeria, girls weren't really allowed to go to school. And my mom, she didn't finish her middle school, or yeah, I don't think she did. But she insisted. At that time, I have 6 siblings, four of which are girls and 2 boys. The 3 girls came first before the boys, and then my sister and I. At that time, when my elder sisters were born, girls weren't really allowed to go to school, or even maybe to go to school for a little while, but they weren't really allowed to further, like, you get a university education or secondary education. But my mom insisted. She still talks about the story. My siblings, they still talk about the story all the time of how she insisted, because my father's cousins, or I think, yeah, cousins, they lived with us at that time. We in Nigeria, extended family living together is not really a weird thing. It's actually appreciated. Maybe not now, but then. So my father's cousins, they were like, why does he want to send his daughters to school, that he's going to lose them to the Western world or something like that? But my mom, she insisted. I think it was even out of her money that she enrolled my first her first daughter, that is my eldest sister, to school. And from then onwards, well, my dad took up the responsibility because he saw, oh, there is no beating this woman, there is no dimming her motivation, because he had seen how much she appreciated this. So he just went along with it, and that is how each and every one of us were able to go to school. All my siblings got, oh, to at least we got to, most of them, maybe except one, we all went to college and some universities. I went to a university. So that has given us this freedom, this knowledge, because when you see someone who is educated, is clearly different sometimes from someone who isn't. There is this freedom that comes with education. There is this wisdom, this power that comes with education. It gives you this for me personally, it gives me this motivation. There is no place I know I can go and I know I wouldn't be able to defend myself properly, make my points across to an audience. So this has given me the freedom, and I would always thank my family, my parents for this, because not everyone was opportune to get to where I am right now. And I did all this through education. I did everything I have, everything I have come to know. My friends, who most of them I see as sisters and brothers, everything I have at this moment was through education. The knowledge I have, the way I see things, my perspectives are all because of the little, I call it little because I've just gotten my bachelor's degree and I still want to go further for my master's. In school, in the university, after my high school, I was always in and out of the hospitals. My friends, they don't know this, but I suffered terribly my first and second year in the university because of how much I was in and out of the hospital. I didn't know what was wrong with me. Nobody knew what was actually wrong. I was having insomnia, and that actually affected my my grades, my education in the university. But in my third year, that is 300 level as we call it here in Nigeria, that is third year of me being in school, I was given this project topic, this seminar topic, not my main project, to study, to do a research on probiotics and prebiotics. That has changed my life. That particular research has changed my life, because after that research I found out that my lifestyle, what I ate, was me. That was what has been causing me this that was what has been making me be sick all the time. But this project, probiotics and prebiotics, it's changed my life, and I started, my grades, everything improved because of this little research I did, because of education, because research itself trying to research new things is also part of education. This little research saved my life. I will often say it saved my life. Everything totally changed. My sleeping improved, my grades improved big time. Like, it improved. I can't even, if I should place my first and second year grade and then place my third and fourth year grade, you see a very significant difference between these two things. So that is also the thing that education has done. After that particular research I did, everything changed. My health, my grades, my friendship with people, because it had been greatly affected by being in and out of a clinic. It changed drastically, and I would always attribute that to knowledge. I would always attribute that to education, because if I hadn't gotten to that level of education to be able to do a research on a topic, I wouldn't have gotten better. I wouldn't have been there. And I will always say this, my mom, who didn't even know, who didn't really finish her school, this was just this was a woman who got married very early in her life, very early, I mean very early. But she insisted for her to do this. She knew even in an unconscious effort, she knew what it meant for a girl, for her children, especially her girl children, to be educated. All my siblings, all of us, like I said earlier, we all went to school. The girls, the boys, we all went to school because of how the effort, the struggle, the because of a woman who did everything she could to make sure we did. That is why for the past 1 month, for the past 2 months, I would say, this is July, for the past 2 months, I have been learning Deutsch because I believe in perseverance. I believe that anything you want to do in this life, you have to ought to be done well. I know that Germany has one of the best research institutes, and education is free. That is how much education is free in Germany. That is how much they appreciate education, and that is why I have decided to go there, because of their research facilities, to improve myself, to be able to do a more detailed research on this particular topic, probiotics and prebiotics. And for the past 2 months, I have been learning Deutsch for 5 hours a day, and I know I've gotten to a certain level that before the end of the year I would be a little bit fluent in Deutsch. And that is why I am doing this video, soliciting for this education grant, because I believe that anything I do, any effort I am putting in now, is for the next generation, is for the next people. Someone might be going through what I went through, and it might be me that could actually come up with something. And I believe that if I am given this education grant, I will do my possible best. I will strive. I would work so hard to actually achieve something with it. Thank you very much. Thank you once again, Mr. Beast and James Keys, for this opportunity. Thank you so much.